like that. That's just well-dressed bumps.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. Just got back from the Midwest barbecue. You guys missed it, man. What you guys want to do is you want to learn about how we get down. You want to see the things we do, and we come together. We come together as a nation and do great, mighty things. You come together. We've been coming together under other things and been doing nothing with it. Like, what do we come together under that's really beneficial for our people?
Right.
You come together in the UPK, and it's going to be beneficial. Now, saying that, today is the Brotherhood class. Brotherhood is family. We're going to break down some things. Now, this is real life. This ain't no fairy tale. Okay, your Christian church trying to sell you a fairy tale. So you think, everybody think when it has to do with God or spirituality, it's supposed to be all like feeling good and floating around and just everything's supposed to be great. But that's not really what serving the Lord is in reality. You read in the scriptures, everything wasn't all great and amazing and stuff. Like, they went through hard times, and then miracles sometimes happened at the end, where things went right at the end.
Right.
But it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows and smiles. So even in your brotherhood and your sisterhood, it's not always sunshines and smiles. But you got to understand, your brotherhood is still your family. It's the same as your family. Like, just because your brother get on your nerves or offend you, or you get into it for a while with your cousin or with somebody in your family, at the end of the day, they still family. Damn right. So it ain't no offense that's gonna change them from really still being your family. Like, what can your mom or your sister or your brother do to you to make you say, they're not my brother and sister no more. I never want to talk to them again. I never want to see them again. Like, even if they do something that's outrageous, and in UPK we ain't doing outrageous shit to each other. But let's say a person in the world a family member in the world did something outrageous to you. Stole your car and crashed it. Shit. Even some of them sleep with your woman. Y'all watch out for that. And if he did, that woman wasn't shit to begin with. So he just freed you from a whore. You understand? So anything like that, you still consider them as family. You understand? That's how the brotherhood in the UPK is. Even if your brother offends you or did something to get something you don't like, you go to that brother, tell him he offended you, then you have a counsel, and then it's over. It's still your same family. It don't change just because you feel in a certain way, or you didn't like something, or you feeling this way, feeling that way, or somebody offended you. The shit don't change. It's still your family. It's still your brother. It's still your sister. One day we're gonna be grown enough to realize we all we got in these last days. You understand? Right. It ain't nothing else. That's what a lot of old people realize when they get old and they die, or when they get in that old age. Can you check that thing again with that on that? Even when they get in their old age, what's the main thing they say when they get old? They say, man, everything was really, it's just about my family, right? And my friends and family and all that. Go ahead, Ward.
I was gonna say that's one thing that all the old heads in my family said. Like you said, when they get close to death, there's nothing more important than family. Even before my grandma passed, that's the one thing that she was trying to do, is make sure that we understood that we was all we had and how to come together. Whatever grievances that we had with each other, forgive each other. Of course, that didn't work, but she attempted to put that spirit before she passed away.
Yeah, man, that's the right spirit. That's what Christ said in the scriptures. And that's the spirit we got to have in the UPK. You got to understand that your brother to your left and to your right of you, that's what you're going to go with. That's what you're going to go with. That's what you're going to ride with. That's where you're going, either going to get to the mountaintop together, or you're going to fail. Hey, Shalom, mic check. Talk about. Yeah. So you either going rise to the top with your brothers, or you gonna fail with your brothers.
Right.
You understand? It ain't no other group. That's why I remember when I was a kid, and I was we was playing football in the grass with all the neighborhood, and our team was losing, and some cats on my team was like, man, I want to switch to the other team. Come, man, I want to be on this team. To the point where they wasn't even playing hard. Like they would just walk, like we running, playing, and making tackles and shit, and they walking and complaining that they want to be on the other team. Like that's the type of bitch made shit that get our nation destroyed. The same ones complaining about, how what we don't have and how it ain't working out and how we struggling and how this and how that, be the same ones ain't putting in no work.
Right.
That's how it always is.
Right.
Same Uncle Toms, the same ones who be talking about black people just can't come together. Be the same one. He don't be trying to come together. We like, all right, well, let's come together then, man. Come together with us to a barbecue. Oh no, see, black people can't come together. Nigga, we coming together right now, but you the one saying that you saying we ain't come together and you ain't coming together. Right. So you the main one causing the problem and bitching about the problem. That's how unloyal people are. People who are not loyal. Right. They complain about the problem and they be the problem too. Right. To where there's no answer. They don't want a solution. They don't want a solution. Go ahead.
So, Lucky Cap, if I could, sir, like my thing is this: what are you willing to sacrifice to fix the problem?
Right.
What are you willing to sacrifice? That's why I love this school, because one thing that you learn in this organization, in this school, in this brotherhood, in this family, is to sacrifice. Sometimes you got to take low. Sometimes it's not about you. I make it even better. It's not about you all the time. God damn it! It's not about you. It's about the collective. And when you have that spirit, man, there's nothing that you can't accomplish. That's why the Isupk has done nothing but grow since 1969, because the men that is in charge of this school and the men that he put up under him aren't selfish. They're about brotherhood. They're about family. They're like, black people can't come together. Like you said, that same one that's saying that ain't trying to do nothing. Well, listen, the people that said that in this organization said black people can't come together, they said, nah, that ain't true. Let me show you how it's done. And that's what we just got through doing over this weekend, in the Midwest Fire Weekend. Mm-hmm. Brothers sacrificing to make sure other brothers have a good time. Like, man, that's what family does. You understand this as a parent. You sacrifice for your kids, right? Well, as a mentor or a leader, it's the same type of spirit you must have. Because everybody's looking to you as a leader or a mentor of the nation. And you got to look at them like these are children that you got to show and grow. And if you're a selfish beast, guess what your kids are going to grow up to be? Selfish beasts. We see it all the time in the Christian church. That's all right.
That's right. That's 100% right. So at the end of the day, like the brother was saying, here's a solution. If you're ever feeling sad or depressed, try to help somebody else out. That's a trick to stop feeling bad about yourself and your situation. Just start trying to help somebody else's situation out. And you'll learn real quick that you're in a better situation than you thought. When you try to help somebody else out, you struggling about something you thought about. Next thing you know, you start helping another brother. You find out, shit, he's struggling way worse than you.
I got it made.
Right, you're doing good compared to him. Like that's one thing you always want to do. You want to make your life about helping others.
Right.
Especially if you've been blessed with a lot. If you're the type of cat that's strong or smart or got all these blessings, you're supposed to pay it forward type. You're supposed to put it back into your people. Like most of these cats, like let's say you like a LeBron type. LeBron, he's blessed because he's super tall for the sport of basketball, and he can run real fast and jump real high. Okay, he's blessed with all that basketball skill. Okay, he should take all that he's getting from his blessing and help lots of people with it.
Right.
Help his people with it. That's what you're supposed to do if you're talented and blessed. If you had a good family, or if you just got by real good, or you some luck, you done got lucky a few times when it was some life and death situations. Just any blessings that came upon you, big or small. You should be putting it back into your people.
Right.
Go ahead, Warren.
And if I could, that's one thing that LeBron James did do for a brother in the world that don't have the truth. He has done an excellent job of trying to give back to his community. Like Akron, Ohio, he pulls millions of dollars into Akron, Ohio, that basically made it a hub for economic growth. Like he's built a college, and of course that presser had to interfere because you can't, when you're in the world, you don't know how to separate from the oppressor. You get what I'm saying? You scared to feel like you need them, and the oppressor's going to take away this and take away that. Because LeBron James still doesn't have it in his mind that he has enough money to actually start a whole economic society just based off of his money that black people will support and fund. But he feels like he still needs the oppressor. But what he did do was open up a college for black kids. And, of course, the oppressor started moving to Akron, Ohio, so they can have their kids go to college for free and reap the rewards of black people. But he does put forth the effort. And, you know, and people always knock him about this and that, blase scoop. But LeBron James does love black people. But I tell you who don't, the person they always try to compare him to, Michael Jordan. I remember it was an interview years ago where, you know, they was telling Michael Jordan, won't you lower the price of your shoes? You got black kids killing and dying over your goddamn shoes. Like, it was real bad back in the early 90s. Like, we were so destroyed, we were killing each other over some goddamn Jordans. Mm-hmm. And instead of Jordan saying, hey, listen, I'm going to go to the ghetto and give shoes away, I'm going to do it. It was happening in Chicago where he was playing at, where he had a house at, where his family was at. Instead of him saying, listen, I'm going to go just give shoes away and make sure everybody to show up on the east, west, and north side of Chicago all get a pair of Jordans. He had the money to do it. He said, I ain't lowering nothing because Republican buy shoes. What he said was, the white man bought tennis shoes. Why do I have to lower the price? These shoes ain't for them people. But then when people like Shaq and Stephon Marbury, I'm showing my age with these cats, but Stephon Marbury, he was a basketball player. He made some shoes, like some good shoes that was cheap, that you can buy them and pay less. You can buy them in Walmart. And of course, us being so destroyed, we talked about anybody that want. Mm-hmm. Not understanding that he's doing this for black people to be able to afford a decent basketball shoe and grow and be able to afford something decent. Instead, them ain't Jordans. You didn't pay $160 from them, and you didn't buy them from the white man. Them was trash. Like that's the spirit that we had. The same with Shaq when he did it, when he came up with the cheap shoe. You know what I'm saying? Like we the people that do stuff for black people that do it out the kindness of their heart. Because let me tell you something, they could have made them shoes $400-$500 and you would have went and got them. Like Kanye West. Kanye West make homeless people clothes and charge hundreds of dollars for them, and people go buy them. You see them Yeezys? Them is the ugliest pieces of craps I've ever seen, and people buy them and think that they're supporting black people, think that they love black people. They buy that for status with the white man, to show the white man, I'm not like the rest of them niggas. I have class, dignity, and style. When really you look like a guy, you look as crazy as Kanye West look right now. You get what I'm saying? Like, we got to get out of that spirit and learn the spirit of brotherhood. And like Cap said, when somebody do something for you, or when you get an opportunity to do something for other people, do it. And we also got to get out of the spirit of, if it's like not being too good to accept it. Certain things we feel like we too good to accept, knowing we need it. Let me tell you something. That person can go out here and give you all the hand-me-downs that you want, and you will take them and tell him thank you. But when it's coming from a family member or somebody that you feel like is equal with you, it's a problem. Get out of that spirit, Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indian man and woman, especially women. Especially women. You talk about each other purses. What is that? That's so 2009. Like, get out of that spirit.
All right. If I could, we need to get in the spirit of making our own shit.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We're making our own style. We're making our own little things. That's the right spirit. Like, another thing, just a quick side note. I don't want to hear about this goddamn who's better, LeBron or Michael Jordan damn argument. Every 5 minutes, for some reason, I ain't even into basketball, but on my timeline on Facebook, when I'm sometimes scrolling, it just pop up, and I'm like, Israel, stop fucking worrying about that damn shit. Excuse my language. Stop worrying about who the better basketball player. Karl Malone, Stephen Curry, this dude, that dude. What about the guy in 1985 who had 10 rings? What about the guy in 1901 who was the first great?
He won 6 rings and did it with 6 toes.
Yeah, right. Like, shut that shit up. Leave all that shit in the past. You understand? Leave all that in the past. It's time for us to grow the hell up and wake the hell up, man. It's time for our people to come together on this next level.
Right.
Like, the Lord gave us how many wake-up calls, and we still trying to go back to sleep. We trying hard to go back to sleep. We trying hard to go back to things the way it was.
Right.
You ain't learned from the COVID. They try to act like COVID didn't even happen.
Right.
They try to act like you wasn't just struggling to survive. Like you wasn't just ain't had no job.
Right.
Like your city wasn't just shut down. They trying to make it go back to the way it was when it ain't, man, stop trying to make it go back to the way it was.
Right.
We got a future. We got to go into the future, man. The future is warfare.
Yeah,
Warfare, man. Warfare on every level. It's time for our brothers to get our warfare shit together. It's time for us to get these, Humvees, these little tanks, and the guns, you know what I'm saying? All the equipment, all the warfare material, all the boots and braids and training. It's time for us to get on that level. Like cats still trying to move like it's party time or something. Like they in a damn, what's that movie where them kids are trying to run around and find a house party? House Party.
Yep.
Movie's called House Party. They just run around all day trying to find a house party. Where's the party at? It's over on the west side. Come on, let's go. Oh, we run into the guys that we hate. Oh, we're trying to get to the party, man. Oh, yeah, let's run over here. We run into a shootout. Then what? We just trying to get to the party. Like, come on, man. That's what the hell we turn back into. Just trying to run back, find a party some damn where. It's time for us to get rid of that spirit, put the spirit of the Lord on us. You know what I mean? That spirit that's inside of all Black, Hispanic, and Native American men. You know what I mean? That spirit that they try to kill and crush. Every time you watch TV, they trying to crush that spirit in you. When they put a Black man on TV, he all smiling and laughing and gay. He all weak and, oh my God, scared and shit.
Beta male.
Now, why you think Kevin Hart's so famous? Because he portrayed a weak-ass Black man that's opposite of warfare.
Right.
So they like, yeah, let's put him in every movie. They got a movie for him. Every 5 minutes, they got a movie for his ass. We run around scared and shit. Screaming and shit. Cut that shit out, man. Stop warring against your brothers and start warring against the other, the damn enemy, the oppressor. You don't want to do that type of warfare because that warfare take years and years and years of planning and strategizing and brotherhood and coming together. That's the real war. They scared of that war, so instead, fight the nigga on the block. Fight the cats, get mad at blacks on the corner and stuff.
Right.
Who poor and desperate. Open your mind up, make your mind larger to know, man, we got a bigger enemy to fight. We fighting for generations right here. We fighting from our ancestors' battles. We should be trying to get our name in the records of our ancestors. Look, they remember Nat Turner. They remember, Toussaint Louverture, the Haitian cat that won war. We got to be like them. Shit, even now, they remember Malcolm X. They remember the Black Panthers because they was getting it in.
Right.
They wasn't on no weak, loving all kind of stuff. We're the pastor who was around during the Malcolm X time. He gone and forgotten. So shoot, you don't want to be gone and forgotten. You want to be remembered. So you got to get in this warfare. You know what I mean? That's what makes a difference, man. You're only going to have one quick little life, and then you're going to be born again, man. You got to make this one count.
Right. To
be honest, you're already in the afterlife. All the life you lived before made your life the way it is now. You're already in the afterlife.
Right.
You done already died. You lived the life, however good or bad your life was back then, determined how you came in this life.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Either you came in this life blind, 1 foot, 2 foot, 10 feet, I don't know, however you came in. Bad parents, good situation, bad situation. You already lived the life, man. Now you in the afterlife. What you gonna do this time?
Right.
Huh? Like brothers really gonna have to, man, think about what kind of legacy they want to leave on this earth. You wanna leave this earth, just as nothing, or do you want to leave this earth serving the Lord, which the Lord gonna make your name ring throughout all time? Like we try, the stuff we doing, we're gonna be in the Bible and the new Bibles again. When they remake the Bibles with all the footage and all the things we doing, we're gonna be in it. Remember forever and ever and ever. Brothers got to decide what the fuck they want out of this life. You understand? You just want to eat, drink, sleep, shit, get drunk, and just do it all over again until you die, or you want your life to mean something. Even if you sacrifice and don't live the greatest life, but you put in the work of the Lord and you did honorable. At least your kids can have something to remember you by. Like, man, my father did the work of the Lord. My father was like this. My father was like that. You don't want to be remembered as just some regular ass dude who just lived a regular ass life.
Right.
Go ahead, boy. You have something you want to drop?
That's lucky. So I was just gonna say, make integrity great again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's one thing that we have lost as a nation is integrity. Like we willing to sell out from anything. Like we have no moral compass. We have no sense of drive. We have no sense of duty, and we have no sense of fulfillment. Money is our mission in life. And if money is your only mission in life, then you don't want a lot out of life. That's nothing. Right now, anybody could just be walking and find a suitcase full of money. Is your life mission complete then? Get what I'm saying? Like what Cap is bringing out is so heavy because this is what brotherhood is all about. Because in the spirit of brotherhood, you're not worried about just you. You're worried about every man to the left and right of you. You get what I'm saying? Because if my brother's not okay, how the hell am I okay? And once more, where does that spirit come from? That spirit comes from the Christian church because the Christian church, you hear every Christian say this. Well, listen, I ain't worried about everybody else. As long as me and mines are okay. Who is you and yours? You know who me and mines is in Isupk? Every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. I'm not okay until every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian is okay. This is one thing that I tell brothers in this school, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever think that you done something special. You ain't done enough. What's the proof that you ain't done enough? I'm asking y'all. Go ahead.
People are still dying out in the streets.
Damn right.
We don't have the kingdom.
Damn right. That's how you know you ain't done enough because we don't have the kingdom. You ain't done nothing. So I don't want to hear you talk about what you done done, what you done built, how you done looked out. Listen, none of that matters until we have the kingdom. It ain't what you done. It's what you've done for me lately. What have you done for the Most High lately? What have you doing for your brothers and sisters lately, man? This work will never stop. I remember it was Captain Cesario. He had me laughing when he said this. He said, listen, this school is the only school that you will never graduate. And that's the truth. You will never graduate the ISUPK. You will never get to a point where you're like, I'm finally done. Get what I'm saying? This is definitely for no cowards. Every nigga that dropped their sword, you know why? Because they said, man, when is this going to end? It's never going to end. This work is forever. You're damn right. And what did the Lord say? Endure to the end. Endure to the end don't just mean just be here. It means sacrifice to the end. It means be in the spirit of brotherhood to the end. It means rise with your brothers, build your nation to the end. That's exactly what that means, man. This work ain't gonna never stop until we got the kingdom. And even then it don't stop. Then we got to make sure the kingdom never, ever ends up like how it is now. That's all I have, Ken.
Right. There's a scripture that says, I'm gonna get this scripture real quick. As a man thinketh, so is he. This is, man, you gotta think about what you're dreaming and what you envision for yourself and what you want to do. Now, most people, when they think about and dream about what they want to do in life and what they want to be, it's always just about them.
Right.
I want to be a famous rapper. I want to be an NBA. I want to be in the NFL. Damn all that. You got to have a goal that's for your people, man.
Right.
Like I'm going to share my goals was when I was starting my moving company that I want to be able to hire mad brothers and put mad money in mad brothers' pockets on easy jobs.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? Where they get
that up.
Yeah.
Mad money for easy jobs. I'm with Cap Kaposh.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's really my goal with the business. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember I was talking to my brother in the world, and he was saying, he tried to get jobs where he could do it by himself so he can get all the money. So I'm like, nah, I'm the exact opposite. I want to get big jobs so I can get more brothers on the jobs and they can get more money.
Damn right.
If we can get more money, who you think the Lord going? Let's say both our dreams come true. He get the best jobs where he can just do it by himself and get all the money. But I want jobs where I can get mad brothers a lot of money. I say I got getting 100. We got a big job. It take 100 brothers and get all the 100 brothers. $200 for a day's worth of work, and he get his job done. It's a great job. He's in there by himself, getting all the money. Yeah, just all by himself. Which one is greater?
The one that everybody eats. So lucky.
Go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead, Tezabah.
Yeah, my bad. I blurted it out like a little kid.
Yeah.
I was excited.
Yeah, what was you gonna say though? You was gonna say
Damn right.
Yeah.
The other one is basically selfish. You're just thinking about yourself.
right, and that's
Right.
just and it's gonna be a small fry job. He ain't never gonna get no big job that take 100 men because he ain't 100 niggas. He only
Right.
one guy, so he ain't never get the big job.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's why you want to have a goal in your mind about what you want to do with your life, but you want it to be circled around helping your people.
Right.
The Lord said, "Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, mind, and soul, and love thy brother as thyself."
Damn right.
Like if your goals in your life don't incorporate any type of love for your brothers, you ain't keeping the commandments.
Right.
You ain't keeping the commandments because you're fighting for something that ain't going to help all the brothers. You ain't loving all your brothers as yourself. You want yourself to get help, right? So why you got a goal that ain't even helping your brothers means it ain't helping yourself.
Right.
Go ahead, Wood.
Salaki Kumar, would you pull 1 Samuel 18:1? Like what Cap is saying is so heavy.
What's that?
That's gonna be the one with John.
Okay, no sweat, no sweat.
Okay. Like he said, you know, this is what Cap was speaking on was in Matthew's when the Sadducees and Pharisees tried to confound Christ, and Christ cut him to death. He said, "What's the greatest commandment?" And Christ said, "All of the commandments." And then he said, and the second one is like on to the first one, that you love your brother with all your like you would yourself. You love your brother. You're not gonna cheat yourself. You're not gonna be selfish towards yourself. You get what I'm saying? You're not gonna do anything that's gonna jeopardize yourself. Be that way towards your brother, man. That's what brotherhood is all about. That's what nation building is all about. You got that scripture, Kumar?
It's like you said, 1 Samuel 18:1.
Yep, 1 Samuel 18:1. All right, let me say this real quick before we get to the scripture. Like my dream is kind of like Cap's, but it's a little bit different. Like when I was in the world, of course, I was programmed. I was a good Christian. I was a very good Christian. Every thought that I had was selfish. Like when I wanted to be a football player. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I ever wanted to be, it was all I wanted to be a rapper, just like Cap said, a football player, a drug dealer. I wanted to be it all. And none of it benefited anybody but me, and everything that I was doing was destroying my people. You get what I'm saying? That's why I think the Most High, man, bro, I can tell you how why y'all was shout for this truth, man. You understand? Because this is what changed my life. And now the only thing that I want to be is a good soldier. Is a good soldier. That's all I've ever wanted to be, man. To tell you the truth, I just wanted to, that like even when you think about football, even when you think about, you know what I'm saying, whatever sports that you play, who you taking orders from the coach. The coach is drawing up all the plays. The coach is like, you're going to do this. You're taking orders. You're just taking orders, and you're a soldier for the white man. That's all. It's all rank and order, no matter how you chop it up. If you become a rapper, you think you control what music you put out? That's why these rappers say I'm independent, so they can't. Because if you sign to a label, they're going to tell you, no, you can't do that. Here, you can do this. You can't even dress yourself. They're going to give you a stylist that's going to put you in skinny jeans and pink hair. That's what they're going to do. Right. You're going to be in this thing looking like Little Nas X doing these homo commercials.
Really?
I've seen one today.
What really ends up happening is you become a slave to what's popular. Because if you really want to make it big, you got to do what's popular. You see what I'm saying? That's what ends up happening. All the people in the music just become a slave to what's popular.
Right.
And they just do what's popular. And if that's the only way they're really going to get the success they want. You know what I mean? Go ahead. What was you saying? You got the scripture?
Yeah, kind of. And then what I was going to say, to piggyback off what Cap was just saying, you don't set the trends, you follow them. In UPK, we set the trends.
That's right.
You understand? That's the difference, man. But what I want to say real quick is like that's why I love this school, because it turned me into a soldier, man. And this scripture right here is going to touch on what Cap just said. Go ahead, Kumpar.
1 Samuel chapter 18, verse 1. And it came to pass, when he had made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David. And Jonathan loved him as his own soul.
Listen, this is Christian dogma when they try to make it seem like this is homosexuality. This ain't homosexuality. This is absolute true brotherhood. Like, and we all know this because we all got brothers that we connect with where we can finish each other's statements. You get what I'm saying? You know what your brother's thinking. How many times have you been, like, I just came in here, Kevin was like, I was just ordering those. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like the scriptures say, know them who you labor amongst. That's what the scripture's talking about. They knew each other because they labored amongst each other. Jonathan and Saul was like this. I mean, not Saul, but Saul.
David and
David.
Jonathan.
Yeah, David.
David and Jonathan.
David and Jonathan. Saul was the father. Jonathan was the son. But David and Jonathan was best friends. Like, they was like this. They was brothers in the spirit. You get what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 2. And Saul took him that day and would let him go no more home to his father's house.
Right. Protected his brother. He loved him like his own. Listen, he loved him like he loved himself. He wouldn't put himself in danger. You wouldn't set yourself up to be murdered. You wouldn't cross yourself. You would protect yourself. You would make sure that yourself lives. Do the same goddamn thing for your brothers. Anything that you would do for you, do for your brothers. If I'm hungry, guess who else is hungry? My brothers. If I'm thirsty, guess who else is thirsty? My brothers. If I'm hot, guess who else is hot? My brother. It's that simple. It's that simple. When we have that spirit, we will be an unstoppable army of the Lord, for real, for real. There's only one place that spirit is found, and that's in Isupk, under Commander Junior Hunter. The Fire Weekend was proof of that, and there's more weekends like that to come. I think New York is next, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, yep. Listen, headquarters. I'm not even sure how you gonna get into New York. I thought New York was still locked down. You're gonna have to sneak in there. But you better believe 1 West is gonna be turned up and it's gonna be deep. You understand? Right. It's gonna be deep. I can't afford to go, but if I really wanted to go, the only thing I would have to do is one thing, and that's reach out to my brothers. You get what I'm saying? That's what this brotherhood is in the Isupk. I'm not going to because I want my brothers to enjoy themselves. But if I really wanted to go, listen, Salakia Cap, I really want to go to New York, sir. And he'd make it happen.
All right.
This man right here would make it happen. You get what I'm saying? But it's all good. I enjoy myself at the Midwest. And when it's something that's a little bit closer, that's a little bit more reasonable, I'm going to go there because I don't want Cap to put himself out and go above and beyond for me being selfish to go to New York, just to party. You get what I'm saying? Even though it's going to be glorious. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, treat your brothers like you would yourself. You wouldn't want to come up out of all your goddamn money, so don't make nobody else do it. That's what brotherhood is about. Self-awareness and being in the spirit. That's all I got, Cap.
All right, let me get Proverbs 23.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 23.
No, just Proverbs chapter 23, verse 1.
Hey, that nigga Cooper put his own scripture. He got hype with it. Said, I know where he's going.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 23, verse 1. When thou sittest to eat with a ruler.
Right there, start right there. Who can break this down?
Go
ahead.
When thou sittest to eat with a ruler, when you get ready to eat with men that outrank you.
Yes and no. There's a little more to that than just outranking.
Kind of like leadership. Like, I don't mean to sound redundant.
Just think of somebody in the world that got a lot of power, like your boss or something at your job, or his boss, or the mayor or some shit. Go ahead.
You asking us to think worldly. We don't look at them niggas as rulers.
I'm just saying, one day you will be sitting with somebody who
used to be
who got power, or who got, who got business or got something that can benefit you. Like they got businesses, or they got clout, or they got connections or something like that. They just, or they work for the mayor or some shit, or they, somebody like that. Somebody who can help you, but you looking at the position they in. Like, damn, they elevated position. Like, they can hook me up with something, right? When you sit to eat with somebody like that, or you're with somebody like that, go ahead.
Consider diligently what is before thee.
Why does it say that?
Maybe, if I could,
go ahead.
You might get an opportunity of being with, like maybe a mayor. You might be able to get in a situation where you can help the people.
That's considering it. That's considering what's before you, but that's not the only thing that's before you.
Right.
When you sitting with a ruler, with somebody in power, you sitting with somebody who can help you, but it can also hurt you.
Right. So is it?
That's what you got to consider. You got to consider it can this person can help me, or this person can hurt me, or hurt my cause, or hurt what I'm representing. You see what I'm saying? So you want to consider it diligently. You want to really know, what can this person do? This person got anything on me or anything like that? You gotta move wisely. Go ahead.
Verse 2, and put a knife to thy throat, if thou be a man given to appetite.
We can break that down.
So okay, I like to give it a try.
Go ahead.
Be ready to fight. Be ready.
No. It says, put a knife to thy throat. If it says
to
thou be a man?
Thou throat, to your own throat.
To your own throat. If thou be a man given to appetite.
Oh, so lucky. If I could.
Go ahead.
That means be ready to, be ready. Don't betray your beliefs. Don't become like
no.
It says be into your appetite when you come into your, like they start offering you all these things. Like, I can make this happen for you. I could do this. Only thing you have to do is be unaffiliated with the ISUPK from here on out.
There you go. That's what it's talking about. If thou be a man given to appetite, which means, like y'all was all given to appetite when I first asked you about what to consider diligently the ruler before thee. What do y'all all say? Well, I can get something. I can get something from him. He's gonna help me. He can do something. He can do something for me. Put a knife to your throat if that's all you're thinking. We at war. These motherfuckers ain't out here to help us. That's the problem. That's where Christians go wrong. Christians think everybody that jump up and say something for black people, we should accept them in and be like, oh, they're gonna help black people. They was marching at the rally for Black Lives Matter. When you ain't even know they had their own fucking ideas about shit.
Right.
They got their own agendas.
Right.
You ain't considering that they can also hurt you. They sitting there marching with you, but they can also hurt you. They can also stop you. They can also snitch on you if you bust a window.
Right.
They wonder why they all got caught busting windows.
Right.
You had little Susie right there thinking she was you was gonna fuck little Susie, the little white girl. You thought she was gonna help the Black Lives Matter. You was gonna get in her drawers. Next thing you know, you in jail because she just snitched on you. Gave you a name and description and everything.
Where you live at?
Yeah. If you be a man given the appetite where all you think is, oh, how can I get something from here? How can I get something? How can I get something? How can this help me? How can I get something? How can I get something? Don't put a knife to your throat, because don't be like that. Go to verse 3.
Verse 3. Be not
desirous
of his dainties.
Uh-huh.
For they are deceitful meat.
Who can break that down? If you need to look up a definition, look it up.
So lucky.
Go ahead.
Don't desire the things that he has to offer. His power, the things that he can. Well, I can give you this car, and I can make sure that you're head over such and such, so and so. Like, don't fall into that desire, because that's just a way for him to entrap you. Now you can say, well, I gave you this and I did that. Now you got to do this. Now you got to tap the Posh in the back. You're the closest to him. I did all these things for you. You owe me. Don't fall for that.
Right. And there's another example. When we was at camp, and Waka Flocka came up to the camp.
Right.
And he said, You know, I can be all over the world. I can get y'all all over the world teaching this message, man. I can help. I can get y'all, you know, put you in every place in Abu Dhabi. You know what I'm saying? In Saudi Arabia, man. Don't be desirous of his meat because it's really just deceitful bullshit. It's really just deceitful meat. It's something that they using to deceive you. That's what the white man do. The white man say, I'm going to give you all this money. I'm going to do this for you. You can be rich. You can be in the NFL. You can be NBA. You can have all this stuff. I'm going to make sure you're good. But at the end of the day, it's deceitful meat, which means it's lies. So you got to watch for that.
You know that nigga was lying. He on one of them whores and hip-hop shows.
Yeah. I mean, we weren't.
Yeah,
ain't nobody give a damn what the hell he was talking about. That's how you got to be, though. Most people, when they see a celebrity and a celebrity tell them something like that, they're like, wow, yeah, I need to go pack my bags. You know, I ran into Lil Wayne and he said I can go on tour with him.
Right.
You dumb as hell. That nigga gone. He even forgot all about you. He done told you high as hell, told you can go on tour with him. You done went and packed your bags, cussed out all your people that you knew, and said, fuck him, and you went to go catch a plane with Lil Wayne.
Right. And if I could,
that nigga ain't even caring about you. Just because he told you that while he was high. Or he told you that to impress people. And you sitting there taking them all. That's the same what the presidents and the governors do.
Right.
What Joe Biden say? We're going to help out all the blacks. Joe Biden, I'm better than Trump. I'm this, I'm that. If you ain't black, you got to vote for me if you ain't black.
Right.
All that was deceitful meat. That's why you shouldn't look at a dude like that and be like, oh, what can I get from him? They look at Joe Biden and say, black people, what we going to get from Joe Biden? We about to get something from him. They told you to go vote. Because they thought they was going to get something from Joe Biden because he's a ruler. That's why the scriptures say, don't be desirous of their meat.
Right.
Like, we got to stop being suckers out here.
And if I could.
Go ahead, Warrior.
Like, and the sad part is this. Like, I come from an old school. COD used to mean something different when I grew up. See, nowadays, when you hear COD, people think what?
I think cash on delivery.
That's it. That's what I grew up on. But now COD means Call of Duty because we just live in a messed up world. But so Joe Biden is saying all these things. But my thing is this: I can't give you nothing if you ain't delivering nothing at the same time. Joe Biden is like he hit you with the dope fiend talk. If you do this for me, if you let me front me this, then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna pay you later. No, pay me now. What are you offering now? You're not offering nothing now? Then screw you. I can't help you. That's the spirit that we have to have. Like we see it all the time with Christians. Christians been listening to these lying politicians for as long as I can remember. Matter of fact, just punches Pilate. That's why they killed Christ. Pontius Pilate was just like Joe Biden. He went to Christ and said, listen, do business with me. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I can get these warrants off you. I get the Romans off your back. Just follow me. Christ was like, man, F you. You get what I'm saying? Like he didn't make this scripture right here is what Christ lived. He didn't fall for the deceitfulness, the deceitful meat. He didn't care about that. He said, no, I'm one West. That's what Christ said. So Lucky, I'm paraphrasing. But I say that to say this, is that the same spirit that's on Christ is on one West. We don't sell out. We don't fold. We don't negotiate. We don't do none of that. It is what it is. We follow every law, statute, or commandment, whether we like it or not. It's a whole lot of stuff I don't like. You think that's going to stop me from following it, for following orders? That's what a good soldier does. And Christ was the best soldier, man. You want me to tell you who my favorite, like how they talk about Michael Jordan, the GOAT, and LeBron, the GOAT, and Karl Malone, and he scored 50,000 points, and that's my idol. You know who my black favorite idol is? Christ. Christ is that nigga. Listen, who do I look up to? Christ. Who's the most famous black person in the world? Christ. That's who. That's who it is. That's who I want to be. I want to be that nigga that's willing to not fold for nothing, that's willing to lay down my life, and when it's my own brothers that take it, still have the power to forgive them. You know how hard that is? Nigga, you ain't forgave a nigga that owe you $5, let alone a nigga that killed you.
Right.
You ready to beat that nigga up
Let me-
over $5?
Let me say something too. Where we at on the scriptures? Where we at on the scriptures? Go to verse 4. Go to verse 4.
Labor not to be rich.
Why does the scripture say don't work to be rich? That don't make no sense. If you working, you should think you should be like, damn, I'm trying to get this money. I'm trying to get up. I'm trying to get it in. Why does scripture say labor not to be rich?
If I could,
Go ahead.
like when you look,
Hey, go do that. Check.
yeah, like when you look around the world right now, and you see these rich athletes, you see the Michael Jordans of the world, you see the Little Waynes and all them, like all these people tell you that they don't care about their own nation. Like they don't care. They only care about self. When you get that kind of money, you only care about self. That's why the scriptures say, money is the root to all evil, and that a rich man, that a poor man has a better chance of getting into heaven than a rich man. That a rich man, him getting into heaven is like trying to thread. It's like trying to thread a needle. How it go, Caps? Like, you know what I'm talking about.
Hold on a sec. Why you answering the question? Labor not to be rich. Why does it say that?
Because the scriptures say money is the root to all evil. Once you get that money, you start to forget about your people. You start to forget where you come from. You lose your humbleness. You lose your desire to help your other brothers and sisters.
That's in the air. That's in the game a little bit. Now, when it say labor not to be rich, read the rest of it.
Cease from thy own wisdom.
Cease from your own wisdom. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not?
You're gonna set your eyes upon something that ain't gonna happen. That ain't there. Go ahead.
For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle towards heaven.
You ever had a lot of money and then the money went away?
Yes, I have.
That's why you don't labor to be rich. You labor for your people.
Right.
That's why you labor for the Lord and for your people. The scripture is another scripture that talk about as long as you have clothes on your back and food in your stomach, be there with content. You can't complain as long as you got food and clothes. Now, if you ain't got no food and you ain't got no clothes, then you can say something.
Right.
But other than that, you can't say nothing.
And if I could, Cap.
Because the Lord look at you and say you don't need nothing else really. All that other stuff is really just it's a little extra shit. But to do this work with the Lord, you really that's why He said what you're gonna sacrifice for your people. You really don't need nothing more than the clothes in your back and food in your belly. Really, if a lot of us, if that's all we had, we'd been doing a lot more to work with the Lord. All this other stuff slowing us down. The deceitfulness of riches. The scriptures say they choke out the word. Sometimes having money choke out the word of the Lord.
Right.
To where, you so preoccupied in your monies that you don't do the work of the Lord. That's what you got to look out for. Go ahead. Any more on that?
Verse 6. Eat thou not the bread of him that have an evil eye.
Uh-huh.
Neither desire thou his dainty meat.
That's definitely talking about the oppressor right there.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We didn't ate of the oppressor's meat. We thought we was going to get all types of money when we integrated.
Right.
Our people 100 years ago, like 60, 50 years ago, when they passed the Civil Rights Bill, all the blacks seen dollar signs. That's what they seen. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. We're going to go in the white restaurants. Cha-ching, cha-ching. We're going to go in the white movie theaters. We're going to get to move in the White House. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Dollar signs. They thought the money was about to come flowing. But we was deceived. When I say we, I'm talking about us because now we're the black leadership.
Right.
Now we're the leadership of our people. And we stepping into the same seat of the men that was before us. The Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm X's, the all the leaders and this and that of the past. We stepping into their footsteps now. Now we're the new leaders. Now what are we going to tell the people? What are you gonna tell the people when you get a chance to talk to them? What are you gonna put on the internet so people can listen and hear? Let's check again, Bible Show. All right.
If I could, Cap.
Go ahead.
Well, if you could, come apart, would you start at the beginning of the scripture you just read?
Proverbs chapter 23, verse 6. Eat thou not the bread of him that hath an evil eye, neither desire thou his dainty meats.
Right. So like this is like when you're in the world and you
The
think
cat
that
ain't in the thing, is it?
Oh, no.
Okay.
like Cat was breaking down.
What?
When you think that you're gonna come up in corporate America, man.
All right.
This is why this truth, like, man, let me tell you something about the Isupk, man. This truth is perfect. This brotherhood is perfect. And the Most High don't make mistakes, man. Like, I've seen personally, since I've been in this truth, I've seen brothers fall out the truth because they start getting a little money. And let me tell you something. At the end, them niggas ain't gonna have a penny.
All right.
They going through it and suffering now. At the end, they ain't gonna have a penny. I'm just telling you what the scriptures say. You can't put nothing before the Lord. Whatever you put before the Lord, that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna destroy it. If you put money before the Lord, you're gonna be a vagabond. If you put a woman before the Lord, he's probably gonna kill her. You know what I'm saying? You can't put nothing before the Lord, man. Nothing. And not only that, but like on to the first, you can't put nothing before this brotherhood. Not even the money that you want to make. We as in the world, we understood that. We used to say this all the time. It was in a different concept, but you get it. Ain't no fun if my homies can't have none. Y'all remember that? Well, it's the same thing with everything now. It's just on a righteous level, on a serving the Most High level. It ain't no fun if my brothers can't have none. When it comes to this kingdom, it ain't gonna be no fun if my brothers can't have none in the kingdom. We can't have everything that we desire in the kingdom. It ain't gonna be. What do I want the kingdom for if I can't get it with my brothers? You think that I want to be in the kingdom with the oppressor? Then let me ask you something. What makes that different from America right now? Not a goddamn thing, because that's his spirit, and we must have the same spirit. That's all I have.
Come. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus. Ecclesiasticus chapter 19, verse 1.
Ecclesiasticus.
He got an apocrypha? Give him an apocrypha.
And make sure you download it on your phone as well.
Ecclesiasticus.
No, let's say everybody got it. We gotta wait till everybody get it.
All of them got it.
Remember what you were just saying earlier? This nigga got another movie.
Yeah. Right.
Kevin Hart right there. It's crazy.
All right. You're a dog now. You turn
Right.
niggas into dogs and shit. Get that motherfucker. Hey, sit, pet, stay, roll over.
Good boy.
Right. All right. Let's get it.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 19, verse 1. A laboring man that say is given to drunkenness shall not be rich.
Now, break that down.
said a laboring man that's given to drunkenness should not be rich.
Right.
That's lucky if I could.
Go ahead.
Well, in this concept, you know what I'm saying? I think that when it's talking about rich, it's talking about the truth. Is that what it's talking about?
It says a labor man that is given to drunkenness shall not be rich. It ain't talking
So
about the truth.
It's talking about actual money.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to be rich because you're spending all your money on desires. You're spending your monies with the demons that's controlling you.
No, you complicating something that's real simple. This is real simple. It ain't even that complicated about demons and all that.
Well, I'll say that because
You're making it more complicated.
Well, you're not going to be rich because you're spending your money on being drunker.
Right. There's so many things that happen with being drunk. It don't only what are all the side effects of being drunk?
Spending all your money.
There's more than that. That side effects that'll prevent you from getting riches or getting money.
Trouble.
You can get locked up, you get legal trouble. What else?
Family problem.
Yeah, family problems, fighting with your family. What else?
Not working, not even going to work because you're drunk.
Skipping work days because you're drunk. What else?
Being drunk.
It's
against the Lord.
No, it's another one. It's the main one. Your mind ain't right. Your mind ain't right. You drink so much liquor that your mind ain't right. You can't think and put together your plans. You can't remember shit. You can't have a lot of responsibilities because you're so drunk that you forget your responsibilities. That's the main thing that stop you from getting rich when you're drunk. Let's get more. What's wrong with your mic? Hold on, turn your mic on.
And he that condemneth small things shall fall by little and little.
We can break that down.
I'll give it a try if nobody else want it.
What does contemneth mean?
Say that again.
The word that's in the scripture, what does it mean? Contemneth.
Contemneth.
You can't break it down if you don't know what that word means.
Well, I thought it was a contempt.
What does that mean?
Basically, to be judgmental.
Check the definition on that to be sure. Because you said I think, so you don't know for sure.
I got the definition.
Good. What's the definition of contemneth?
Contempt. The feeling that a person or a thing is beneath consideration, worthless, or deserving scorn.
What's the word contemneth? Is that word definition in there? Might have to break it down to you.
Well, I got something, but
I'll break it down for you.
I got it.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
It says, now this can't be right, so I can see. Let me just pull this one. It says third person singular simple present and active form of contempt.
I'm breaking down for you. Contempt it's like talking about like a hatred, like you really dislike something. That's contempt. Okay, contempt. You in contempt of court, which means you're not liking the court or you're not acting right in the court. You're showing hatred to the court. Now,
right.
If it says he that contemneth small things shall fall by little and little. Who can break that down?
He that hateth small things shall fall
That's what it says.
little by little.
But what? Break it down. You just repeated it, basically.
I mean, I thought that was the breakdown.
But you
So-
gotta make people understand it.
So like you worried about the small things. You worried about, stuff that's irrelevant, that don't matter to the big picture. And you thinking that this is really just beneficial, but really it ain't doing nothing but destroying you little by little to where you can't even think straight. You can't even function because you're worried about the little stuff instead of the big picture.
That's definitely one of the ways to look at it that is right. There's another way to look at it too. I'm gonna break it down for you. You ever like, for example, if you could check it one more time. For example, picture a person, right, who were learning how to write, but they hate putting a period after everything.
That's me.
They like, why I gotta keep putting a period after this? So they're learning how to write. Every time they put a period, they just hate it. That's contempt. They hate the small things. They hate putting the period. And when they make their T, they hate putting that little cross. And when they make their I, they hate putting that little dot. So they just hate doing them little things when they write. They're just like, man, why can't I just write it all the way out and just leave it? And they're like, nah, everybody's teaching them, man, you got to get them little things right, the little things.
Right.
But he hates those little things, putting that T, crossing it, dotting that I, putting the period. Now, when he starts getting to adulthood and starts writing and doing things, what's gonna be his downfall?
The little things.
No, what is exactly in the thing is gonna be his downfall?
He hates putting periods.
That's gonna be his downfall. He's gonna write something to somebody and he's not gonna put a period on it, and they're not gonna understand what he's saying.
Give him a job.
He's gonna try to do some business or some big deal, and he's not gonna put periods on his shit, and he's not gonna dot his T's and cross his I's, and it ain't gonna the deal ain't gonna work out.
Sit there backwards. Cross his T's and dot
Cross his T's and dot his I's. If you hate the little things that's important, that's how you're gonna fall. That's what's gonna destroy you.
Right.
You could be great and all amazing, mighty, working out, lifting all the weights, reading all the books, doing everything. But if you hate the small things that you got to do, that's what's going to destroy you. It ain't going to be the big things. You conquering the big things. It's the little things that got you destroyed. That you fail by the little things because you hate doing the little things.
Right.
You hate cleaning up after yourself. You hate, going to handle this little cleaning thing right here, this little thing over here, these little things over here. All the little things, you're going to fall by all the little things that you hate doing.
Right.
That's what's going to destroy you. Not nothing big. It ain't going to be the white man, the oppressor, the CIA, the FBI going to take you out. Or it ain't going to be, some big old thing that destroyed you. It's just going to be the little things that cause you to fall. It's going to be something small, something you just overlooked and forgot because you hate them little things that you got to deal with. Let's say cooking, for example. Say if he ran into a chef, he hated checking the meat to make sure it was the right temperature. He's like, man, I hate doing that. I ain't got to worry about that. There ain't nothing. One day, what do you think is going to be his downfall one day? If he try to get into the big leagues.
Your meatloaf going to be bloody.
Not only that.
You'll get
Not only that. Let's say you become a big business and
food poisoning.
The inspector come by and say, well, let me inspect this meat that you got over here going on. And next thing you know, it ain't by temperature. The temperature ain't up to code. It's too hot or it's too cold. You hate the little word about that little stuff, man. That ain't nothing. Really. I know I ain't worried about that little stuff. Talking about the temperature of the meat, the temperature of this, and I ain't worried about that. I worried about the big things, getting a good grill, getting the fire right, having a big store, having a big grill. That's what I care about. When the health inspector comes to check out your business, he's gonna shut down your business, not because your grill was so big, not because your meat was so fat and so juicy and so fresh. It's because the little thing that you don't like doing. So you gotta think about the little things in your life that you don't like doing, I got little things I don't like doing. There's some little things that just hurt my nerves that I know I got to get down with and go ahead and do. You know what I mean? Before it become a problem.
Right.
And those are the things you got to work on. That's what you got to work on. You had something? Go ahead.
Kind of for good, sir. This is something that I learned in the world a long time ago. Like, prime example, it was a couple of years ago, resumes used to be big. Most jobs wouldn't even bother to even consider hiring you if you didn't turn in a resume, right?
Mm-hmm.
But one thing about the resume, like Cap says, you don't dot an I, you don't cross a T. In the middle of them reading that resume, you miss one little punctuation. You don't put a period to show that's the end of the sentence, and you got a run-on sentence. You automatically excluded. They throw that resume out. I know this because I knew people that worked in them offices, in them hiring offices. What they call it?
HR or something?
HR. That's it. I can't even think of it because I ain't worked for the oppressor in a minute. But yeah, I knew people that worked in HR, and that was one of their pet peeves. You don't dot an I, you don't cross a T, you make a run-on sentence. Like I used to do a resume with the introduction letter. That's what separated me from the rest of the pack. That introduction letter had to be perfect. It had to be who you are, why you decided to file out with that company. You know what I'm saying? And then after I do the interview, I would say the thank you letter. And 9 times out of 10, I would always get the job because they're reading what I'm putting out. They're looking at it. They're grading it. They don't even care about what I'm putting. They're seeing how punctual I am and how literate I am with crossing the T's, dotting the I's, the periods. That's what really impresses them. They're like, so if he's doing this, I know he's going to follow orders because he's punctual with this. He's going to be punctual with everything else. But that's just the way I was also programmed as well because I knew how the oppressor thinks. So what Cap is saying is very heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like you get lazy on the little things. It's the little things that'll destroy you. Like I said, I used to hate having to do all that because I would proofread stuff 10 times just to make sure it's right. And you know how much time that takes? And then you always catch something every time you go through it. Dang, I forgot this. Dang, I forgot that. You know what I'm saying? But it's a must. Like I know Cap does it all the time. How do I know? Because he raised me and I do it. This is what you do in the truth. You double check everything several times. Whenever I don't do it, I can send out a group text and it'd be something that I missed. And I'll read it myself and be like, man, this looks like a 12th grader sent it. No S at the end. I forgot a letter here.
Right.
Like, so it's important.
And check the parking lot as well. Check the parking lot. Right.
That's all I had, Cap.
Come. Let's get more in the scripture.
Where you at, Cap?
Verse 2.
Ecclesiasticus, verse 2.
19, chapter 19, verse 2.
Ecclesiasticus 19, verse 2. Wine and women will make man of understanding to fall away.
Right. Wine, liquor, drinking all them liquor and beer all damn day and worrying about a damn woman will make men who really can figure shit out, make them fall away. Men who really should be helping this nation, then they're falling away. Men who could be something in life, they fall away because of wine and women.
Right.
See, and that's why a lot of cats. That's why I don't get into them like black guys who be talking about do this to get them fine to get a woman. Do this to get a woman. Get a woman this, women that, and you need to be alpha male to get a woman because if you do this and women will love you and you do that. I don't listen to them because this is the thing. Some of these women that you don't get with is good for you that you didn't get with them.
Right.
You wouldn't be as smart as you are today if you would have got with that woman because she's going to dumb you down. She's going to make you stupid. Captain Kaposh, copy that. You're gonna get stupid dealing with them women. You're gonna be stupid dealing with them. You're gonna lose your understanding dealing with that whore. And you thought you thinking, why can't you get with her? The Lord trying to help you that you ain't get with that whore. He trying to get you a better woman. So that's what you got to do. Go ahead. Let's hear more.
He that cleaveth to harlots will become impotent.
Right. If you always trying to deal with whores, you're going to become impudent. What does that mean? Break that down.
Let me make sure I got the right definition of impotent. I believe it has something to do with reproducing. The definition of impotent, not showing due respect to another person.
What's another one? Impudent with a D, right?
Nope.
Not impotent with a T.
Nope. This has D-E-N-T.
You got that?
Yep.
All right.
So that's what it's talking about.
What's the other definition?
That seems to be the only one. So.
Read it again.
Not showing due respect for another person. Impudent.
All right. If you cleave unto harlots, you're gonna become disrespectful. You're gonna become a brother who don't all you think about is the whores.
Right.
Let's go to verse 3.
Kumpar. Ecclesiasticus 19:3. Ecclesiasticus 19:3.
Yep, chapter 19, verse 3.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 19, verse 3. Moth and worm shall have him to heritage.
To heritage.
To heritage.
Now, you love whores, and you become disrespectful because of the whores.
Right.
Right? What's going to end up happening is you're going to be sleeping with moths and worms. What does that mean?
You're going to die.
You're going to die. You're going to die. You're going to die before your time because you love whores.
So like if I could.
Go ahead.
How many times have we seen brothers in the world die over whores? You see
That's
it all the
that's
time.
exactly what's going to happen. You're going to be dealing, you're going to be with this whore, and her and a dude that loves this whore, and he thinks it's her, is his woman. He's going to show up while you sitting there on the lap with this whore, and he's going to blow your brains out because he think you were his woman. That's what's going to happen.
So like a cap if I could.
Go ahead.
We just brought out a story not too long ago on the podcast about a father who dropped his baby off to his baby mama, and she had another brother with her, and the brother that he had with her ended up killing her baby daddy in front of the kid, and then they took off and left the kid in the yard with her baby daddy dead right there in front of his son holding the goddamn backpack. Like he killed that brother over that whore. Didn't even know this brother, but somehow this whore convinced him that he was the bad guy, and he believed her. And now they're about to do life in prison over a whore. One brother dead, another brother about to do life in prison over a whore. You know what she's doing right now as we speak. She got another rod in her mouth.
That's why UPK used to say sleeping with the worms. Oh, no, feeding the worms.
Feeding the worms.
That's what's going to happen to you. You deal with a whore, you're going to be feeding the worms.
Right.
Your best bet is to get with that woman that's not a whore, and then just get another woman that's not a whore. Stop dealing with whores. Let's go to verse. Continue that verse.
Right.
And a bold man shall be taken away.
What does it mean? A bold man shall be taken away. Go ahead.
So lucky, either you're gonna be taken away in death or you're gonna be taken away in prison.
What does it mean to be bold in this?
Like you, basically, you want to defend this whore, or you want to, you know, bold means to be prideful and you're not gonna do anything to me, like that kind of spirit. You know what I'm saying? And either you're gonna be taken in death or you're gonna be taken in prison. Either way, the oppressor wins.
All right. You bold also in breaking the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Lord.
Damn right, sir.
You know you shouldn't be dealing with this whore, but you boldly doing it. You bold dealing with her.
I love her, man. I love her.
You bold as hell dealing with this one. You think, you know what I mean? You think you doing nothing. You think you just all good. You ain't considering nothing that's going on. You just bold with it.
Got him a car.
You gonna find out at the end of the day that this ain't that you need to stop dealing with whores. Either you're gonna be dead or in the grave, man. Or you're gonna be feeding the worms. Worms will eat your body once you're in the grave. They'll be swimming around you.
Hey, Kev said you bold. You don't even care about the Lord.
Yeah, you don't care about what the Lord says, dealing with whores and how it's a bad thing and it's a stigma about it and none of that. You don't care about none of that. You just came bold about it. Go to verse 4. Let's get that.
Verse 4. He that is hasty to give credit is like-minded.
Is light-minded. So don't be hasty to give credit. You just meet some whore, you just meet some woman. Here you is with the brothers. Hey brother, hey I'm spitting game with this nice girl. I'm hollering at this nice woman. She right. She love the Lord too. She said she gonna stop beating. She said she gonna stop eating pork. And she said that this is the Isupk is the truth. Like, yeah, brother. Yeah, that's good, brother. How long you known this woman? I met her yesterday. You hasty to give credit for some woman, some whore.
So I love her, man.
Right. You sitting here telling the brothers how great of a woman she is.
Right.
And how you done met the best woman. She bad too. They always bring that up too.
Right.
And she's so bad. She the baddest. She a 10 out of 10. Ain't no girl you ever seen in your life look as good as this one. Tell her. She's amazing. I drink a bath water. She said to her, she at first she was like, no, fuck that Hebrew is like shit. And then she said, Isupk, it make a little bit of sense. So that's how I know she love the truth.
So the Lord definitely with her.
You tell the brothers that, hey, she ready, she loved the Lord. All she said was, Isupk sound okay. Then you tell the brothers she loved the Lord. And she down for the truth. And she down for whatever.
Kev said I drink her bath water.
Yeah, that's some brothers. Hey, that's some Chicago shit. I ain't never said heard nothing say that. Niggas from Chicago say that shit.
I drink her bath
I ain't
water.
never heard that. I ain't never gonna do it either.
That's crazy.
So, but yeah, don't be hasty to give credit. That's how we know this brother foolish, man.
Right.
He's sitting there bragging. Let me get a little bit of this more. This
That's
how you know a brother foolish, man. Don't be a fool. Don't come in here bragging about no woman you've been talking to her for
24 hours.
Yeah, 20 minutes. Telling us how great of a woman she is, and she gonna help the truth. And she said she was gonna do this, and she said she was gonna do that. We don't want to hear what the fuck she said she was gonna do, because she ain't gonna do half of that. Is the TV on in there still? It's still playing that little thing? Oh, you should be fine. You should be fine. Okay, yeah, it should be fine.
Here, go see.
So, yeah, give more in the scripture.
And he that sinneth shall often offend against his own soul.
The sins you commit, you hurting yourself. You hurting yourself with them sins you commit. You trying to say this woman is you trying to give her credit so you can sleep with her. The only one gonna get hurt is you, brother.
Right.
You the only one gonna have to suffer behind this whore. So better off not doing it. Let's get more.
Verse 5. Whoso taketh pleasure in wickedness shall be condemned. But he that resisteth pleasure crowneth his life.
But he that resisteth pleasures crowneth his life. That's why also, as I brought out, what are you willing to sacrifice for your people? Are you willing to sacrifice some pleasure? Majority of people are not. If it means doing right by my people or going to drink this beer and getting drunk because I feel like it, most people are going to say, well, shit, I just need to get drunk because I feel like it. Forget about, my rank, my integrity, the way it's going to make me look, the way it's going to make our people look, what it's going to do to our people if I get drunk. They don't care about that. They just know it's pleasure. But when you get to that point where you can deny some of your pleasure, you're going to crown your life. You're gonna bless yourself. The Lord gonna bless you with a crown on your life. We should all want them crowns. Crowns represent rulership, which means you're gonna be in rulership if you can resist pleasure. If you can resist getting drunk every night, hey, maybe you can be a leader. Maybe we got something. Maybe there's some hope for you to become, the next, Moses. You can be the next Moses, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Lord, show you a vision in a burning bush. Next thing you know, give you some spiritual power. Hey, be up in here, you know what I mean? Doing miracles and shit. You never know. You be next Moses. You be next Elijah. You be the next King David. You'll never know if you just get drunk and don't stop yourself from drinking too much. Crown your life, Akim.
Yeah, I'm right.
Crown your life with resisting pleasures. I mean, you're still going to get some pleasures, but you just don't get to get the pleasures that sin against the Lord. You don't get to get drunk. You don't get to, sleep with whores and bring whores. We're going to be watching y'all. Y'all in the barracks now. We're going to be watching y'all. We're going to see the women y'all bring up in here and see what type of women they is. We're going to find out. If this is some old $2 whore you done met at the living room lounge, or if this is a real sister, we're going to find out.
I got it back.
Right. This is a good sister. We ain't going to stop you from bringing over women. You can go ahead and have some women and kick it with them and all that. We ain't going to stop you. We just going to see what type of woman you bring. You're going to bring some whore up and through here. We're going to know, and the Lord going to know. And then you're going to leave here with that whore, and some dude going to blow your brains out. And we're going to say, damn, brother got his head shot, got his head blown off. Shit, you better hope you die, because you might get your head blown off and be alive with half a head. I see niggas with half a head. You looking crazy, deformed and shit all your life because you wanted to sleep with a whore. Some dude and blew your brains half the way out, and now you you trying to talk to people, you can't even talk. Eating through a straw. Scripture say fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, beginning of wisdom. Y'all don't fear. We don't really fear the Lord like that. You could get shot and be paralyzed from the neck down. You ever think about being paralyzed from the neck down? All you can move is your head. Shit, sometimes not even that. Some people, they paralyzed, they can't move their whole body.
Right.
All they can do is just look around and not say nothing and blink. That's all they can do is just blink. There's people like young dudes. There's people like that, young dudes right now in little hospitals right now. They got nurses coming in, turning them, taking their diaper and stuff, changing the TV station, play some of their favorite music. Their family come visit them, but they can't even move. They just sitting there, their eyes, looking around, just looking. Can't move or nothing. You want that to be you? I tell you right now, if I get like that, you might as well just go ahead and put a bullet in my head.
Yeah, right.
That ain't even life worth living right there. Just can't even move, just your eyes. You're sitting there thinking.
Yeah, right.
Thinking about all the bullshit you did and regretting and how the Lord punishing you and you praying so hard to the Lord. Please, Lord, please forgive me and save me. Please don't let me move my body again.
It's lucky, sir.
You don't want to be like that. Go ahead, warrior.
Good. That's why I'm going to make sure that I serve the Lord, that don't happen to me or none of the people that I love. I pray that don't happen to none of us, man, and that every brother and sister in ISUPK, and even brothers and sisters not in ISUPK, have the strength to serve the Lord, so that don't have to be you. You don't want that to be you. I kept saying, man, I've seen it. I've seen it in the world. Like, man, a little brother that I knew personally, man, and I felt so bad because I felt like I was an influence on why that happened because, me out here being a butthole, being wicked and doing them, like you name it, I did it. Like I put my hands on somebody in a heartbeat. We can't talk it out. Hey, listen, I try to talk the situation out, and you want to be Billy Bad, I would punch you dead in your face. You know what I'm saying? Not thinking about the people that's watching, not thinking about brotherhood. Didn't understand what brotherhood was. Brotherhood was me. Well, if you're not a friend to me, I don't have to be a friend to you because I didn't understand sacrifice. I only understood pride and wickedness. And then the Lord will show you because the Lord won't just get you. He won't just come for you. He will destroy everybody around you. He will make the people that you love and cherish the most suffer. And you'll know it's your fault. You will know it's your fault. You get what I'm saying? And that's why, man, like what kept bringing out is so heavy. Like, we got to make sure that don't happen. We have to be the leaders when we have to sacrifice, when we have to serve the Lord. When the people that you love see you serving the Lord, guess what you're going to do? You're going to serve the Lord. When the people that you love see you sacrifice, guess what you're going to learn? They're going to learn to sacrifice. That's all I'm
Kind. Yeah, that's the future, man. That's why the scripture say, fear the Lord with all that, fear the Lord, because he's a terrible power.
Yeah, right.
All right. Let's get verse 6.
Verse 6. He that can rule his tongue shall live without strife.
You don't have to get into no strife of arguments and fighting if you can rule your tongue.
Right.
If you can rule your tongue. Get more?
And he that hated battling shall have less evil.
Who can break that down?
It's like, maybe talking bad about somebody running your mouth and stuff like that.
That's what. Look up Babylon. Let's look it up so we know for sure.
Babylon, the action or fact of talking rapidly and continuously in a foolish, excited, or
Incoherent?
I got a definition too.
What does it say? Let's read. If you got multiple definitions, let's read them all. What does it say?
Babbling. Talking idly or foolish, or babbling drunk. Producing meaningless speech sounds like a babbling baby. That's what I got.
All right. It's just talking with not making no point.
Right.
All right. But the scripture here is talking about it's going to tell you in the next verse. Read the next verse.
Verse 7. Rehearse not unto another that which is told unto thee.
If somebody tell you something, don't rehearse it and tell it to other people, man. If I come and tell you, you know what I'm saying, something between me and you, don't go tell another person, man. Just keep it to us, man. That way you will have less evil. You'll have less evil in your life if you just keep it to yourself, man. Sometimes you just keep things to yourself. You know what I mean? Let's give. Go ahead.
Real quick. There is a show famous for that, like the basketball hoes and whores of hip hop. That's all they do on there. One person will tell somebody something in confidence, and then they will go immediately back and tell somebody else, and they take a commercial break and come back, and a fight is happening because everybody's running back telling everything that's said, and people betraying confidence and trust. I thought you was my friend, and F you, and this and that. It is just a war zone, man. That show is so funny because that's all they do is find ways to destroy each other. They find new and inventive ways to destroy each other. So, and once more, this involves alcohol at the club. And you know what I'm saying? They're all druggies on there. Everybody smokes weed on the goddamn show. There's a bunch of dope fiends and alcoholics fighting. That's what that show is.
That's what sometimes women will do. And I don't like that. I never really like that. When somebody come to you and say, you know, such and such said that about you.
Right.
Even though it sound, you be like, what they say? I want to hear it. What they say? What they say? You be in your mind, in your spirit, your flesh, not your spirit, your flesh want to hear it, but it's really wrong. If somebody come to you and say, well, you know, your brother said this about you. Don't do that, man.
And women
you
are good at it.
Yeah,
like
women, that's women's right there. Women will come to you, tell you, say somebody said this about you. Somebody said that about you. Man, tell her, don't ever tell me what somebody else said about me.
So like
Let her, you know what I'm saying? Here's a scripture that says, it's basically, I don't forgot how to exactly quote it, but it's basically talking about don't listen to everybody's hold on. Basically, you don't need to hear what everybody says. Like sometimes people can talk, even if they're talking about you, it's a talking about a king and the people talking about the king.
Right.
But you the king. Don't buy into what the people are saying.
Right.
Like don't buy in. Like let's say you're Officer 500, right? And then there's a whole bunch of troopers. And you hear one, and they all hanging out, and they all talking one day, and they talking about how Officer Kumpar is so hard on them. Officer Kumpar is this, Officer Kumpar is that. He's trying to give us too many orders. But you have an opportunity to try to hear what they're saying. The scripture saying, don't try to listen to what they're saying.
Right.
Like don't let people under you have an opportunity to talk and vent.
Right.
Without you having to listen and hear what they said. Like you got to be greater than that, and don't try to hear all of it. You see what I'm saying? There should be some stuff the people under you are saying that you don't hear.
Right.
You don't. That's just troopers talking about stuff, but you don't need to hear that. Like you don't have to hear and listen to everything that everybody's saying.
Right.
See what I'm saying? That's basically what it's talking about. All right.
If I could,
go ahead.
And real quick, like that's the spirit of a father. That's the spirit of a parent. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to give your kids a chance. Listen, we were all kids. How many times have you get my gut? Every time I look up, I gotta do the dishes, take out the trash, do this, do that. Like you get what I'm saying? Now just imagine, you don't have that opportunity to vent. It ain't that you was being disrespectful or nothing. You just had a moment. You know what I'm saying? But just imagine you on the phone with your little girlfriend when you 15, 16, and your mom on the other end or your father on the other hand just listening to everything that you're saying. Like, does that seem fair or seem right? So what Cap is saying is a heavy point. I had a partner in the world whose wife popped up in my house one day and start trying to tell me all the things that he told her. And I just start laughing. I'm like, listen, it don't matter what you tell me. That's still my nigga. And she's like, not after I tell you this. I'm like, go ahead, tell me. And she would tell me something. And I know it's true because only me and him know this. And she was so mad because I would bust out laughing. I'm like, that's still my nigga, though. What do you want me to do about it? That's still my nigga. Right. You want me to be mad at him? I can't. That's my nigga. Like, I'm laughing. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, never let him see you sweat. Never let him know your next move. Even if I was mad, she wouldn't know it. Right. I wouldn't give her that satisfaction.
And what would have been even better is if you'd have told her, I don't want to hear nothing.
Yeah, and that's what I told her. I don't hear
nothing that he said about me at all. If he had anything to say to me, he'd come say it to me.
That's what I told her.
I don't want to hear nothing that he said to you about me or nothing.
That's what I told her. And she just insisted. No, you got to understand. I'm like, I'm listening. All right. And I start laughing and she would be so mad. And then to this day, she do not like me because she couldn't destroy our brotherhood. She couldn't destroy that. Like, I don't give a damn what you got to say. I'm not listening to you. This is my brother. It don't matter what he said. He didn't tell you that for you to come back and run your goddamn mouth to me. And he wasn't telling some random whore. He was telling his wife. And that goes to show me that you're a crap wife.
All right.
That you're nothing to be nothing to be exalted.
Let's go. Let's get more on the scripture. We run out of time.
Come on.
Verse 7.
Verse 7. Rehearse not unto another that which is told unto thee.
Don't rehearse what's told unto you.
Right.
Somebody tell something to you, man. Don't rehearse it and go tell it to the world.
Said.
You want to be somebody, like look, if somebody confide in you about something, you know what I mean? Don't go tell everything they told you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Go ahead.
And thou shalt fare never the worst.
Guess what? If you don't say nothing, can't nothing bad happen.
Right.
Ain't nothing bad happen because you ain't say nothing. Nobody said nothing. And there's that. The streets should take this message and take it to the streets with their ass, but they all snitching on each other every damn day out in the streets.
This used to be integrity. Take it to the grave. That used to be the code.
Ah, man, they said it was a code, but the only ones following the code was the niggas getting screwed over.
Right.
The niggas that's screwing everybody over and getting out every damn day, every other crime they did. They ain't following that code.
Since you got caught with 10 keys, how you get out? And what happened to Lil John? The one that sold you the 10 keys.
Nah, this how it is in this how it is in the streets. The high up cats, they'll tell all the other cats, yeah, don't be snitching, don't be telling.
Right.
But then the high up cats, they'll be snitching and telling.
Damn right. You're absolutely
You see what I'm
right.
saying? They'll be snitching and telling, working hand in hand with the cops. You know what I'm saying? Got a cop on speed dial. You see what I'm saying? Ready to get out of any shit they get jammed up on. But they'll make sure to tell all the dudes under them, man, don't tell nothing. Don't say nothing to nobody. Don't say nothing to nobody about this business. He won't be following that rules because they in the world.
It's heavy, cat.
Ain't no honor amongst thieves in the world. They try to make it seem like that.
That's in every gangster movie, sir. What you just said. It's in every gangster movie. It don't matter which one it is. New Jack City, Boys in the Hood, Paid in Full. Paid in Full. They had Ace Boogie on the radio with the police. It's the other cat got locked up. So what you saying is heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of them had workers with the police. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that you can do out here on the face of this planet that the oppressor don't know about. If it has to do with money, you out here selling drugs, or you making buku money, you better believe that he wants his cut. And you're going to have to give up small fish to the other little policemen on the force so they can get their cut. Everybody got to eat. So you snitching whether you want to or not, or else you hey, see you later.
Mm-hmm. So, but in the truth, we keep it. If you don't say nothing,
right,
nothing bad gonna happen.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Told you something in confidence. You ain't tell us to nobody. Ain't nothing bad gonna happen. But
Right.
if you decide to go tell us to somebody, now anything can happen. All type of bad stuff can happen. All right, let's get more.
Verse 8, whether it be to friend or foe, talk not of other men's lives. And if thou canst without offense, reveal them not.
Right. Basically, it's another form of not snitching, but you don't need to be telling, who's who and what's what and what's going on. You don't need to tell nobody what's going on. Go skip down to verse 10.
Verse 10, if thou hast heard or hear a word, let it die with thee, and be bold. It will not burst thee.
Right. Keep it to yourself, man. It ain't gonna burst you. You ain't gonna blow you up or none of that. All right. Don't worry about that, man. If it's got to do with another brother, man, don't even speak on it. Don't even speak on it. Let that brother handle it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody tell you something about, you know what I'm saying, compar, don't even speak on it. Let it die with you. Let it kill it right there. You see what I'm saying? Somebody tell you something about me, you know what I mean? You in the streets or something, somebody say, yeah, Captain Bosh this, Captain Bosh that. I used to be with y'all. I used to be UPK. I was one West. I'm still one West. This is the thing, though. You got this Captain Bosh this, Captain Bosh did that. Man, don't even repeat it. Don't even come around and repeat it, man. Just let it die with you. Don't even let it go nowhere. Keep your lips sealed. You see what I'm saying? That way, everybody can keep moving on, and it ain't gonna fare. You never be worse off because you didn't tell nobody. Right? Leave it with you. Let it be. You see what I'm saying?
And if I could, sir,
go ahead.
And at the end of the day, what's more, the spirit of brotherhood. Who cares? Forget that brother. You know what I'm saying? Keep pushing. Forget that brother. Hey, listen, that's what he did then. Well, I know what he's doing now. Who gives a damn? Keep pushing and building this truth. You understand? That's all I had.
Mm-hmm. All right. Go to verse 16.
Verse 16. There is one that slipped in his speech, but not from his heart.
All right, stop right there. There's a man, this is brotherhood. It's also about forgiveness in this class. All right. It says, there is one that slippeth in his speech, but not from his heart.
What does that mean, sir?
Like a brother may say something, he may say something off one day. But you ever heard somebody say, oh, I said that, but I didn't mean it. That happens sometimes. Sometimes you may say something, but you ain't really mean it. It slipped. It slipped with your speech. You was mad, you was angry, but at the end of the day, you didn't really mean it, and you really not trying to, you know what I mean? You don't want it to be really out there like that you said that. You slipped with your speech. See, this is what's in the Christian church that's that we have in the UPK that they don't have in the Christian church. They don't understand that. In the Christian church, oh, she said, sister such and such said this about this. Sister such and such said this about that. Oh, well, I'm going to hate her forever now. I know how type of woman she is. I know she don't got the Holy Ghost.
I knew she felt that way this whole time.
Yeah, and they going to hate each other until the end. But in UPK, we understand, man. Sometimes a brother slip with his speech, man. Go to him, tell him he offended you. He say Salakia, and you end it. If he say Salakia, but this and that, take him to council, let the council sort it out, and then you end that shit. You know what I'm saying? Brother may slip with his speech. It happens. You know what I'm saying? He may say something disrespectful, but it wasn't from his heart. You see what I'm saying? He may say something that was fucked up, but that don't mean he don't fuck with you. You see what I'm saying? That don't mean he don't love you. That don't mean he ain't there for you. That don't mean he ain't trying to be UPK. He slipped with his speech. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can't help it. Go ahead. Let's read the rest.
But not from his heart. And who is he that have not offended with his tongue?
And who out there ain't ever slipped with their speech and said something that, you know, they wish they could have not have said?
Right.
Who haven't slipped with their tongue? Who have not offended with his tongue? So if your brother do that, he offends you, go to him between your love, tell him, let him know you offended. You know what I'm saying? He say, Salakia, my bad, and leave it alone. It's over. If you say Salakia, but it was the right thing to say because all these bullshit reasons, take him to council, let the council sort it out. Council say who and what was wrong, and the shit's over, man. He slipped. If he was wrong, he slipped. If you was wrong, you slipped. But it don't mean it's from your heart. It don't mean that's how you really are. It just means you slipped that time. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean that's what you think of him or that's what you are or that's how you treat people all the time. You just slipped that one time. So always remember that when it comes to brotherhood. A brother could slip. See what I'm saying? Don't let a brother, don't hold a grudge to a brother and say, well, remember you did this in 2000, in 2020, in 2018. Yeah. Remember you did this in 2018? See? Yeah, it's all coming back now. Yeah. Don't be that brother, man. Don't be that brother, you know what I'm saying? Trying to bring up a brother what he did in the past and how he fucked up back then and how this and that ain't right. You know what I mean? Be a forgiving type brother. Be a forgiving brother. Let a brother get a chance to move on from shit. You see what I'm saying? Nobody want to fuck up and do something wrong and then they got to hear about it for the fucking rest of their life, man. Who the fuck wants to hear that? About the same shit they fucked up 10 years ago, last month. You got to keep hearing about the same shit over and over again. Like, come on, man. That's not what the Lord did. If you can't forgive your brother, the Lord can't forgive you. Right. If you're going to hold on to what your brother did last month, then the Lord might as well hold on to what you did last month when you offended him. Right. And you ain't even know it. So he might as well punish you for what you did too, as opposed to letting you get by. You know what I mean? Because he know you slipped. That's how you got to treat your brother, man. You got to always be there to forgive your brother, not hold a grudge against your brother. Like even the cats who was in the Kentucky A shit that we fought against, I really don't even have no beef anymore with them. Like a few of them died. To me, you know, they're damn near too much, but that was the Lord's judgment. And my judgment, I think like 3 of them died who was in the fight against us. To me, I'm like, damn. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But the rest of them that's still alive, you know what I mean? I know the Lord jammed them up, fucked them up for it. we fucked them up. So I mean, to me, I'm like, shit, we good, we even. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Y'all got some blows in. We sure as hell got our blows in. So
niggas coming out the hospital with slippers on.
Yeah, slippers and little rolls, bathroom rolls and shit. Little stand with the water. I mean, shit. We was in the hospital too. I got stabbed. You know what I'm saying? Brother got hit and swollen arm. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You know what I mean? Shit. You know what I mean? To me, that's what it. You know, that's what type of shit I live for. You know what I'm saying? I like getting in rumbles. To me, if I don't get scarred up or something in a rumble, then to me, I feel like, you know, it was not fair.
Hey,
like if I just beat somebody up and I didn't get no scratch, I'd be like, damn, man, that's not even fair. I probably shouldn't have did you like that. You know what I'm saying? I like having a challenge.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I'm gonna fight somebody, you know what I mean, I'd rather you be bigger than me or have 3 or 4 cats. Then to me, you know, it was fair. But if I just beat you up and you just didn't stand a chance, you know, to me, that's just me.
Like a butthole.
I feel like I just, you know, bully somebody, just beat somebody down, and you know what I mean. But that's just me, because I like scrapping. I like being scrappy. Everybody ain't like that. Some people be like, I want to knock him out with one punch and be invincible God or whatever. That's on that.
That's your whole camp. You put that spirit on all of us. We're looking for enemies to destroy. Please tell me to take ground.
Right. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember I used to play sports and stuff, so I like getting, you know, little scars, bruises, let you know that you really went hard.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? The other niggas, they come back from the game, ain't touched. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you ain't go hard like me then.
Hey, it used to be a rite of passage, sir. That used to be how you knew that you was a man. You used to, like it wasn't just softness, like the world that turned soft.
Yeah.
Dare I say, the world is just full of bitch-ass niggas. Salakia.
Hey.
Salakia for the language, but it is.
They becoming more and more bitch made every day.
Damn right.
This world is trying to tear our spirit out.
Right, the war spirit.
Yeah.
Life is about warfare. Every day that I wake up, I understand life is about warfare. Anybody that knows my son knows what I mean. Right. I put that same spirit on him. Listen, that little nigga is a perfect soldier. And I tell people this, listen, man, I couldn't ask for a better son. Right. That nigga's about warfare. And he understands if I die tomorrow, you think the house of Isupk crumbles with me? No. If I die tomorrow, I expect this nigga to just out of nowhere have 10 ribs and come to camp, apologize to Salakia, sir. My father's dead. I have to make sure. Right. I have to make sure. Out of these 10, somebody has to follow. You know what I'm saying? That's what I expect. And listen, that's the spirit Cat put in me, because that is the One West spirit.
Right.
Warfare. We gonna build this nation. And
this is the thing. That it circles all the way back around to what we brought out in the beginning of the class, where you come serve the Lord, don't think it's gonna just be perfect and this and that.
Right.
You ain't got to battle no demons, man. Like if you come in here and everything's just perfect and willy-nilly and it ain't no static, something might not be right.
Right.
Like you should come in here expecting, you know, brothers, you know what I'm saying? When I say rub up against them, not like physically rubbing them, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like you ever be with a warrior, a brother, and y'all doing something, and you know, like, I don't know, maybe y'all doing a job or something, and you know what I'm saying? You throw materials and you hit them with it by accident. Like you should expect that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? You should expect, you know, you'll offend a brother by accident. You know what I mean? Brother talk to you rough, you talk to him rough, you'll get a little mad at each other. Little beef, you know what I'm saying? And then you get back together and it's all cool. Like you should expect that shit. Don't come into UPK thinking it's just, you know, perfect serenity and shit. And we all robots in this bitch. If you come in here and don't expect a brother to come in, you know what I'm saying, drunk, or don't come in, you know what I'm saying, he ain't did shit right, you gotta check him and shit, and then he complaining and shit, and you gotta check him back, and then he bitching about the checking, and then, you know, all that shit. You know, if you don't expect to rub up against brothers, then you ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a fight. You don't expect to get, you know, roughed up in a fight. Then you ain't really ready to fight.
You don't know what warfare is about.
Yeah, you don't know. You must been watching too many movies where 007 he in a suit, he hit a nigga in the neck, he hit another nigga in the nuts, then he flip a dude from the foot. You know what I'm saying? He headbutt another nigga, he fall over, and then he walk out unscathed or something. You watch too many fucking movies. You don't know what it's really like.
Right.
So if you come in the UPK and you come serve the Lord and you expect it all to be great and you're just supposed to, I guess, get along with everybody and everybody's just supposed to be butt buddies or some shit. You don't know what warfare really is, man. You're supposed to come in here, iron sharpen iron. This is
Yeah,
rugged
right.
place. This place is rugged in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Brothers
right.
gonna, Christ said, offenses must come. Brothers gonna offend each other, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Leave they
right.
stinking shoes on your shit, you know what I'm saying? Be dirty, ain't clean up, you know what I mean? You gotta check them, then to make them clean up.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Shit hot, you know, you get an order you don't want to do. You piss off about the fucking order, but you know you want to do it. You want to be in the right spirit when you do the order. All that shit gonna happen.
Right.
Like, don't come in here thinking it's not. So I just letting brothers know, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, just know it ain't if a brother offends you or slip with his speech, just know it happens sometimes, but not from his heart. It don't mean he really don't fuck with you or he hates you or he want to see you, you know, he just want to see you suffer. That's why he tell you to do something.
Right.
He just want to see you, he just got like extreme hatred for you. A lot of times it really don't be that, man. Sometimes it be other things that the brother's trying to accomplish.
Right.
Go ahead, Warrior.
Lucky, if I could, Cap. Everything that you just said sounds like perfect brotherhood to me. That's how you build. That's how you know that when we at camp and I'm standing next to the man to the left or right of me, that there is no doubt in my mind that these brothers is going to go to war, because we done already went to war over the little miscellaneous things that don't mean nothing. And building this truth means everything to the both of us, or else we wouldn't be here.
Right.
So there's no question that, listen, I'm not about to question it. It means everything to me, man. What you just said, Cap, is true brotherhood to build this nation, and that's what's needed. The softness is weeded out here. Captain LeBron told me something a long time ago at my first Passover. And this is the same thing Captain Mashak told me, Captain Marquardt told me. I know I went totally out of order with that, but Captain LeBron was the first captain that told me. I'll take that back. Captain Mashak, Captain LeBron, then Captain Marquardt. They all told me the same thing. Get the bitch out your system. Get that bitch out your blood. Follow the goddamn order. Become a mighty man. Build this nation.
That's right.
And you know what I told them when they said that? Khan Adawan Khan.
Right.
Khan Adawan Khan, sir. Whatever it takes to build this nation, man. Don't take none of this stuff to heart. That's what Cap just got through breaking down with that scripture. Don't take it to heart. If a brother offends you, believe that the brother didn't mean it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has to find their own walk. Everybody has to find their own path. But at the end of the day, everybody has the same goal. Midwest barbecue is a prime example. Everybody has the same goal. Who don't want Midwest barbecues all the goddamn time? You know what I'm saying? But that's the end goal. That's the kingdom right there. That was a little taste of the kingdom. Get what I'm saying? And you better believe in the process of getting that thing done, brothers was offended. Brothers felt some kind of way.
Right.
Orders coming down left and right. Like, goddamn. But listen, at the end result was glorious. So if that's just for the Midwest barbecue, imagine the kingdom when it's nothing but blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians running everything.
Right.
Imagine the end result.
Right.
What I kept saying is heaven. I hope y'all can pick it up.
And that's why we building what we building in every zone. We building it so we can have, so the Midwest barbecue can be every weekend in every city, and for every black, Hispanic, and Native American.
Yeah, right.
Every weekend could be a Midwest barbecue. All we did was have a class, have camp, you know what I'm saying, and go have a barbecue.
Right.
Shit, we could do that every weekend. That ain't, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to only wait for it once a year, once a summer or some shit to do that. That's why we building it, so we can get more brothers from the world into the truth, more sisters from the world into the truth, so then we can enjoy each other's company every weekend. We have a big old fat camp, have a big old fat barbecue, you know what I'm saying? Have a big old fat class, and then we just do it every weekend. We're plenty of food, plenty of brotherhood and sisterhood, shit, you know what I'm saying? We go do something, you know what I mean? Have fun, go do the paintball and the go-karting or some shit,
Right.
or, you know, go to the range. That's what we building it for.
Sounds like the kingdom to me.
Yeah, we building it so other brothers can come in and we can enjoy them brothers while they keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and we can enjoy each other. You know what I'm saying? No homo. You know what I'm saying? So we can be brotherhood.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what it's all about at the end of the day. That's why we're trying to get brothers out of the world so we can be with them with brotherhood. You can't be with the brother in the world now because he's trying to fuck your woman. He's trying to bring drugs to your house. He's trying to get you to smoke weed. The Lord get both of y'all locked up because you both got fucking weed in the car, and then this is happening, and that's happening. Your whole life is ruined.
Right.
You can't even kick it with niggas because the Lord ain't with that shit. So that's why we getting brothers to come in here. So man, we can really kick it with you now, because you cleaned yourself up. You keeping the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
God ain't going to punish us both because you wicked as hell and now I'm with you, and now I get caught up in now that shit's done away with, man.
Yeah,
Y'all
right.
getting locked up and getting, you know what I'm saying, getting charges, baby mamas just pulling us on child support or getting us locked up in jail. Let's put that shit away, man.
Right.
Then we mad at each other, beefing over a bitch, and we shooting at each other because we both trying to fuck the same bitch. Man, put that shit away. That's why we try to get brothers in the truth so they can be with us, and all that shit's done away with.
Yeah,
All it is just kicking in brotherhood. We all got 4, 5 wives apiece. We got plenty of food on the grill. You know what I'm saying? We got good sized camp where we all relaxing at the camp. You know what I mean? Brothers get some good speakings in, and you know what I mean. That's the Lord. That's the work of the Lord.
Damn right.
I mean, we all got businesses and shit. You know what I mean? Getting work with each other. You know what I mean? Go to work with each other, do businesses, getting money every day. That's the kingdom. That's the kingdom right there.
That's right.
And we keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. The Lord is with us. That's the kingdom.
Can't be stopped.
You know what I'm saying? Imagine 50 other brothers in here all like us. It'd be so much fun. We wouldn't know what to do.
Right.
The laughs wouldn't stop.
You're right.
The games and shit wouldn't stop. We'd be playing cards every night. It'd always be at least 4 or 5 brothers to play cards and risk. Because we got so many brothers that we done fished out the world. That's what we got to do. That's what we here for.
Yeah, right.
That's what we trying to build. Then we got all them brothers. They all have businesses. You want to go work at this type of business? He got it. You want to go do some work over here? He got it. Shit, you asking me about work? Shit, we'll have so many brothers. It just be work everywhere. We'll all be like trying to hire you. Hey, come do the job with me. Nah, come with me. Nah, come with me. I'm paying you even more than he was going to pay you. That's what we want to build. So, but it's worth, you know what I'm saying, even if we agitate each other to build that greater thing.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Even if we offend each other in the little things. So scripture say you hate the little things that he did to you. You're gonna fall by them little things. We ain't gonna get to the big thing because we got mad and left each other and stopped doing this shit because of little things. You see what I'm saying? He did this to me. He owed me $20. He owed me $100. He dropped me off somewhere and he was mad at me. He made me walk somewhere. He gave me orders all the time I didn't like. Now we fell out over that. We never got to build the big thing.
Right.
That's what this class is about, man. The brotherhood is family. And that's what I support. Shit. Matter of fact, after this, I damn don't want to go play some Risk after this, man. What's up, man?
Right.
Shit.
You don't want no smoke.
Yeah, man. Let me see what's up. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class to Precinct Officer Kumapar.
Yeah, right.
Cut that up.
Isupk security announcements. Where the Isupk started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shut themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which a brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 through 21. Malachi 3:8 through 10 means 10th in Hebrew. Isaac, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher, priest fund. You will offer for priests. Not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Memorial blowing of the trumpet. First day of the 7th month, Monday, 6th September. We'll get the right date next class.
Yep. Tell them go to isupk.com for more
Go to
info.
isupk.com. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pants, headband, scarf. With that, a module, which means arise. Come Hakadam means turn the face to the east. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawu. Shabbat Shemayim. Badash. Ayah. Shukah. Yahweh. Malakuka. Taba'ah. Atzazaka. Ayah. Aishah. Ma'aratiza. Kawab. Ayah. Hashemayim. The
thun,
the now,
the now,
the come,
the come,
call,
call,
the one,
the one,
a select now,
a select now,
a walking
a
now,
walking out,
a la,
a
a beyond now,
the beyond now,
what is our one,
other side one,
a ball,
a ball,
our side now,
a shine out,
a young,
a young,
rod,
ride,
a yuck,
kaya,
the cup,
the cut,
a malaki,
knock with,
a lala,
my olive,
a the part,
like the power,
a lion,
like London,
Armand,
I'm on,
in the English. Our Father,
Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come,
thy kingdom come,
thy will be done,
thy will be done,
in earth
in earth,
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily
our
bread.
daily bread.
Forgive us our debts,
Forgive us of our debts,
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
Lead us not into temptation,
Lead us not into temptation,
deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
Thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
The power in the Hebrew, Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Hashem Yahushua,
Babu Kashah.
Baruch Kashah,
The Thamanah.
the Thamanah,
The Kat.
the Ka,
La Mapa'ah.
La'apah,
Call Makalah.
Ka Makala,
Call Marawa.
Ka Marawa,
The Kat.
the Ka,
That's a hard.
that's a har,
Amatazarayim.
the Sazariah,
The Kat.
the Ka,
Lahati.
the Hakli,
The Mati.
the Mathi,
The Kat.
the Ka,
Al-Makawa.
Arakawa,
The Tamahu.
the Tama'ala,
The Garsham.
the Garsha,
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Hashem Yahushua,
You are that man.
the Warama,
In the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh,
In the name of Yahushua.
name Yahushua,
Please give us the power.
please give us the
The
power,
power to heal.
power to heal
All manner of sickness.
all manner of sickness,
And all manner of disease.
and all manner of disease,
The power to cleanse the leper.
power to cleanse the lepers,
The power to raise the dead.
power to raise the dead,
The power against unclean spirits.
power against unclean spirits,
Cast them out.
to cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
Name Yahushua,
Thank you.
thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Rakhtay Yahweh,
Waminata Allah.
Wami Yaka'ala,
Walahayim.
Walahayim,
Azabah.
Azabiyah,
Alawat Yahana.
Alawat Yahana,
Alawati.
Alawati,
Azarayim.
Asarayim,
Akwazayayim.
Akwatazayayim,
Hakayayim.
Hakayayayim,
Walakwati.
Walakwati,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Hashem Yahushua.
Hashem Yahushua,
Tuwaraman.
Tuwaraman.
In the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh,
And Yahushua.
and Yahushua,
And Michael.
and Michael,
And the angels.
and the angels,
Commanding to the Yahana.
commanding General Yahana,
General.
the generals,
The captain.
the captains,
The officers.
the officers,
The troopers.
the troopers,
And the sisters.
and the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
In the name of Yahushua.
in the name of Yahushua,
Thank you.
thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Anointing prayer in the Hebrew. Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh,
Washamaraka.
Washamaraka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Benyawa,
Ayaka.
Ayaka,
Wayakanka.
Wayakanka,
Yeshua.
Yeshua,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Benyawa,
Ayaka.
Ayaka,
Wayasham.
Wayasham,
Yaka.
Lakah,
Shalom.
Shalom,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Hashem Yahushua.
Hashem Yahushua,
Barak.
Barak,
Papa.
Papa,
The gun.
a gun,
The gun.
a gun, the Thurman family,
Third
the
family.
Sutton family,
Seventh
the
family.
Hill family,
The Hill family.
and all the short of Israel.
All the sword of Israel.
Done.
All the sword of Israel.
All the short of Israel,
Townsend family.
Townsend family,
Tucker family.
Tucker family,
Claiborne family.
Claiborne family.
Done.
Offshore Israel.
All the short of Israel,
Claiborne family.
Claiborne family,
Done.
Ba'ashem.
Hashem,
Yahushua.
Yahushua,
Tuwaraman.
Waraman.
In the English. Yahweh. Bless thee and keep thee.
Yahweh bless thee and keep thee.
Yahweh make his face shine upon thee.
Yahweh make his face shine upon thee,
And be gracious unto thee.
and be gracious unto thee.
Yahweh.
Yahweh
Lift up his countenance upon thee.
lift up his countenance upon thee,
And give thee peace.
and give thee peace.
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
In the name of Yahushua.
in the name of Yahushua,
Bless.
bless,
Heal.
heal,
Shield.
shield,
Protect.
protect.
ISUK curses. Bless are ye Yahweh.
Bless unto Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth,
And all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
In the name of Yahushua.
in the name of Yahushua,
Listen to us now.
listen to us now,
Right now.
right now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses,
And punishment and destruction.
punishment and destruction
To the heathen.
to the heathen
That speak against us.
that speak against us,
Thy prophets.
thy prophets,
The teachers.
the teachers,
The princes.
the princes,
The priests.
the priests,
The Israelite brothers and the school.
the Israelite brothers and the school.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses,
And punishment and destruction.
punishment and destruction
To the heathen.
to the heathen.
And shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel.
Shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel
That refuse to get to the school.
that refuse to get to the school,
Force their riches.
force their riches,
To enter thy sanctuary.
To enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations.
And the nations.
And their drug dealers.
And their drug dealers.
The court system.
The court system.
The prison system.
The prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek, synagogues, and armies.
Amalek, synagogues, and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
The Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Radical Gay movement.
Gay movement.
Lesbian movement.
Lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
NASA space program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And their airways.
And the airways.
The cable access channels.
Cable access channels.
And the radio channels.
And the radio channels.
The victim spirit.
Convict the spirit
Of any of thy people.
of any of thy people
That seek to stop
and
us.
seek to stop us
And bring swift destruction.
and bring swift destruction
To all the heathens.
to all the heathens
That stand in the way.
that stand in the way
But try to stop
or
us.
try to stop us
From broadcasting your word.
from broadcasting your words
Throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the plagues,
Cause them to go.
cause them to go
To and fro.
to and from
Through the earth.
through the earth
And consume them.
and consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief
And the murderer.
and the murderer.
Let your house shine.
Let Yahweh shine.
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel
Come down with the flying saucers.
come down with the flying saucers
And punish all the heathens.
and punish all the heathens
That come up against us.
that come up against us
As we speak thy word.
as we speak thy word.
Cause to be known.
Cause to be known
By all.
by all
That it's the angels that have done it.
that it is the angels that have done it.
Cause to be spread.
Cause to be spread
Through the media.
through the media
Throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahushua.
Name Yahweh Shah.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
So, it's me to turn. Question to the teacher. Ben of Israel, Imam Shabbat, Amazon, Barak, Yahweh Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakathon.
That's my time. Question to the sister watching online. Ben of Israel, Imam Shabbat, Amazon, Barak,
Yahweh Shema Thon by Shem Yahshua.
That's my time. Class dismissed.
Close it.